Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Monster Hits here on Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So, the year we're doing tonight, well, first of all, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, what I do on Monster Hits is I go through the list of big songs for that year, hit songs, try to stay in the top 40 if I can, like songs that made the top 40 at some point or were close to it. And I try to pick out the 10 songs that I like the most, and then I rank them according to how I like them. A couple songs on this current list I disqualified because I didn't think they were as big a hit as I wish they were. So I removed them for that reason. So the year we're doing today is the year 1975, and I wish this would stop popping up on my screen. The year 1975. So I've chosen 10 songs after much scrambling, looked through a list of about 200 and then narrowed it down to about 17 and then gradually removed some for various reasons. But we'll do the top 10 the way I do most of my stuff, which is from my least favorite to my most favorite. In the case of these songs, because they are a top 10, there's no bad songs here. These are all just varying degrees of great or better. So, when I'm done too, I will reiterate them all from top to bottom and then give you the honorable mentions with an explanation as to why these songs didn't make it, because for the most part there's reasons why they didn't make it. Okay, so number 10, a song from a kind of a pop band. So they're the only real pop band on this list, at least the band itself. There's some pop songs on this list, but the bands aren't necessarily pop bands. So coming in number 10 is the song Sky High from Jigsaw. I've always, for some reason, loved this particular track. I always crank it as soon as I hear it. If I'm somewhere and I hear it and I'm able to, I crank it up. So it's Jigsaw's Sky High for number 10. Number 9 is Bad Company's Feel Like Making Love. I've never was a huge Bad Company fan. They got some catchy beats and some catchy songs, yes, I get it. And Paul Rodgers has a great voice, but on the whole, I'm not a huge fan of them, but I do like this song, Feel Like Making Love, number 9. Number 8 is from Roxy Music. This may be one of the few Roxy Music songs that I really like. For the most part, I'm not really enamored with the group Roxy Music. I don't dislike them, but they're just somebody I don't really listen to too much. But I do love this song. It was one of my favorites when it first came out. Love Is the Drug from Roxy Music. Number 7, Eagles. This one was higher initially when I was prepping this, and then I moved it down a little bit because I thought it was too high up. One of These Nights from the Eagles. Great song. I like it, but the other songs I moved ahead of it, I just like more. Number 6 is a song that I had considered maybe it wasn't as big a hit as it was as well known a song, and they got in there because it was so well known, not as much of it being a hit, which is Wish You Were Here from Pink Floyd. It's pretty hard to dismiss Pink Floyd. They're not really a commercial sounding band by any stretch. But this song had to be on this list, I think, so it's on here at number 6. Number 5 is the quintessential huge hit by this band. Everybody knows this song. It put them on the map. It wasn't necessarily their biggest hit, but definitely one of their most memorable hits. And it's a song that I loved quite a bit when I first heard it, and for a while, but it's gotten way out of hand in its fame and fortune and playing time, and it's just probably did it no justice to me in the end. So it's coming in at number 5, Bohemian Rhapsody. At one time this would have been easily right at the top, but it just burned out. I don't really want to hear it anymore, to be honest with you. The next song is another song that got a lot of airplay at its time, doesn't get as much now, but I love this song. I think it's one of my favorite by this artist, and I just looked at it. I think he's the only solo artist on here. And we're talking about David Bowie, and the song is Fame. I just really dig this song. I've always liked his stuff. The top three, number 3, I almost didn't include on the list because I don't really think of it as a radio stable big hit, but it's definitely one of their largest, one of their 2 or 3 biggest songs of all time, and that's Kashmir from Led Zeppelin. Yeah, I think that had to be on here because from 1975, Physical Graffiti had to be represented, and Kashmir was the big track on there, and so it had to be on here. So number 3, Kashmir. Number 2 is a pop classic, probably my favorite song from this band, although they do have a lot of deep cuts that I like a lot. Probably will overtake it eventually, but had to be on here because it's the song that is most remembered for this band, and that's the Sweets, Fox on the Run. Yeah, had to be on here, right? And number 1 has been a favorite song of one of my favorite songs from this band for years. I think it is actually my favorite song from them. It gets too much airplay. It's overplayed. I know people that can't stand it. My friend Ben can't stand it. There's lots of people on here don't like it. It's overkilled. But it was a big hit, and it is on this list, and therefore it has to be in the appropriate spot. For me, it's got to be number 1 here, and that's Walk This Way by Aerosmith. Yep, I love that song. I love it when Run DMC did it. I love everything about the song. I crank it every time I hear it. And you would think it would be burned out, but it isn't. So then we have, so there you have it. Those are my top 10. So I'm just going to reiterate them once. Walk This Way from Aerosmith. Fox on the Run from The Sweet. Kashmir from Led Zeppelin. Number 4, Fame from David Bowie. Number 5, Bohemian Rhapsody from Queen. Number 6, Wish You Were Here from Pink Floyd. Number 7, One of These Nights from the Eagles. Number 8, Love Is the Drug from Roxy Music. Number 9, Feel Like Making Love from Bad Company. And number 10, Sky High from Jigsaw. And then some of the honorable mentions. Roll On Down the Highway. I do like this song. I just don't think it's as good as what I have on the list, so it just didn't make it for the simple fact that I don't think it is a top 10 for this thing. Sweet Emotion, I took it off because I already had Aerosmith on there once, and it was Sweet Emotion, as great a song as it is, it could have finished 4th or 5th here, but Walk This Way is going to finish first, right? Fly By Night from Rush. I love this song. If we were ranking, it would be right near the top, but because I don't really think it's as big a hit as I wished it was, so I took it off for that reason. Same with Sweet Madam Blue from Styx, another fantastic tune that would be very high on this list, if not right at the top, if not. But I don't think it was as big a hit. I don't think it was a big enough hit to be on a list like this, so I took it off for that same reason. The other song, Action from The Sweet, well, it was between Fox on the Run and Action, which I like Action, but I just don't think that it's close to Fox on the Run, so it went by the wayside. And the last one was Miracles from Jefferson Starship, another good song that, you know, surprised. I was going to put, this was one of those songs I thought, oh, you got to have this on there because you don't have Jefferson Starship in any of the earlier stuff, so they're never going to get a chance, but I just couldn't do it. I just like these other songs better. So there you have it. Those are my monster hits for the year 1975. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like and subscribe. It's much appreciated. If you got any comments about the songs I chose, please leave it below. If you have substitutions for my list that you think should be in there, or if you have your own list completely, you can do that as well. Whatever you want to do. It's all about discussions and remembering these great classics. So anyways, have yourself a good day. Take care, and we will see you later. Goodbye.